It is a problem that is ever increasing. Imagine trying to live on the same income you made more than a decade ago. That's what's become the driving force behind a staggering rate of suicide among farmers all across the nation.
The farm crisis is so bad that suicide rates are the highest in the nation in this line of work, according to the Centers for Disease Control. Our Jamie Perez spoke with a farmer who survived his attempt at suicide, hoping his story can bring more awareness to this growing concern and hopefully spark a movement.
Oh yeah, this is ready to go.
In the field of farming,
Flip it over, bail it up.
to an outsider, things might seem like a breeze. A calm life.
Wish dogs could talk.
Luscious green acres, but what we might not see from the outside is that farmers are at the mercy of elements that are often out of their control.
Honestly, I think it's lack of control.
Jeff knows this story all too well.
I just thought it'd be easier not to be here.
A survivor of an attempted suicide.
It's really hard to explain. There's still parts of that night that I don't 100% remember.
But he found a light that not everyone can see.
You know, you got to find those little things that make your job that much more enjoyable. And there's a huge sense of pride that goes along with that too. And I'm feeding 50-some people a day, so to me that's pretty important, and I'd kind of like to keep doing that as long as I can.
The physical labor of farming goes hand in hand with the emotional labor. Jeff is only one example, speaking for dozens of others.
Farmers have had this thing where people look at them and you know, we're a proud folk, and we are. We do everything we do it to the best of our ability with as much pride and in what we do as we can. But pride doesn't pay the bills.
It's a plight farmers are facing across the nation. Imagine trying to live off a dwindling income where the price to sell your goods is less than the cost to produce.
That's a real struggle when you've got bills to pay and you're not bringing in nearly the income of what the expenses are. And it's a fluctuation on top of that too. Milk price never stays the same. Corn price never stays the same. Beans, you know, all the commodities are traded and those prices change all the time.
The uncertainty that grazes a staggering number of farmers like Jeff down a dead-end road.
Farming community is dwindling little by little by little. You know, the people are getting out of the industry because of the poor prices and stuff.
A fragile economy and the accumulating stress of feeding the country, yet struggling to make ends meet for themselves.
Every farmer that quits, you know, people say, well, you know, the family just lost their job. It's not just that. It's the feed salesperson. It's the fertilizer salesperson. It's the crop agronomist. There's so many other people that lose a customer and lose part of their livelihood too. And now that's money that's not being put back into the community. So on a local basis, I think it's a huge effect. On a global basis, I don't think they feel the effects yet, but I don't know that I want to go down that road where we do feel it on a global basis either.
In Argyle, Jamie Perez, WISC News 3.